body types. Like, it's like skinny as fuck or fat as fuck.
It's just different countries. Bro, I can't see correctly right now. What's a good podcast?
Mile Higher, my favorite.
A Mile Higher? What's it on?
YouTube?
Okay. I'm streaming, by the way. No funny business. Mile Higher. Oh, not these people again, bro.
What?
You're like best friends with them in their Discord server. And I'm still salty about the message.
Oh, just.
What is it? What's another good podcast?
Lights Out.
Isn't that film?
No?
Hello.
Hello.
All right, we're here with Austin
Hello?
and Josh from the Lights Out podcast.
That's good.
Oh, this one actually looks good. Okay. What's up, Mohammed?
Are you guys backing out?
Just
I think we're good. I don't like it.
I have no energy and I'm tired.
Hey, you two, be
Too
careful. I
much.
heard the lights in that house are off.
Why are you dying?
I do is drink water, go to the bathroom.
She said my name. Wait, what?
I puke as well. It's not good, man.
You gotta be careful, bro. What? Tell the doctors about it.
Talking to the doctor tomorrow about this.
Light out. Everybody.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Lights Out. I'm your host, Josh.
And I'm your host, Austin.
Favorites and news.
Danny is here, but he does not have a mic today because we are completely full here in the studio because we have a very special
What would that
episode
be?
today. It's the beginning of October, and there's no better time than going to a haunted
Damn.
house or
My
haunted
ideal
attraction
body
for that
type
matter.
5.
And today we are joined in the studio by two haunted
Ew.
attraction extraordinaires who
Sorry.
have been doing
I
this
used to
for
be a
a
nine,
long,
though.
long time and have built some of the most terrifying, just
Oh, my fucking ankle popped.
groundbreaking haunted attractions right here in Colorado. So we want to welcome to the show Josh and Jeff.
Nice,
What's up,
better
guys?
than 12.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us.
Yeah, we're super stoked because, I mean, I've been a huge
I
fan of
was
haunted
too
attractions since
gross.
I was a kid. I remember going through a haunted core maze when I was like
What?
13, and it was just like
I
the
don't like
most
it.
mind-blowing experience. And I grew up really sheltered too, so I hadn't seen any of these images before, and I was
Well, you
just like,
just hit me.
holy shit, this is so much fun. And then just
No.
became totally obsessed, and so, you know, I thought it'd be interesting to have you guys on and really talk about what is the industry like, because I think a lot of people just think, you know, you guys, like as you guys were saying earlier, you just flip a switch and, you know, turn it on, and then everybody comes
Which
through,
one
you turn
Hey,
it off.
if you're a
and
girl.
You guys work for 30 days a year?
Yeah,
right.
You
No,
know,
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, I wanted to get into some of
The one I
that, but
told you.
also we wanted to announce a special
Fire?
project that we worked on a couple months ago
Oh,
with
buff
these
as
guys, actually over at Jeff's The Mansion restaurant and bar, which is allegedly haunted, and so we'll be talking about that as well and
Peace and fire.
showing you the trailer for this special project that will be coming out very, very soon, a little bit later in the episode. But let's just go ahead and start by give the audience a little background on who you guys are, and then we can kind of jump into the Frightmare compound.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, my name's Josh, and I own the Frightmare Compound Haunted House. So Frightmare is Colorado's oldest haunted house. My dad actually started it back in 1983. So it was the first of its kind here in Colorado. Dad had a wild idea to start a haunted house and start walking
you
people through his
send me.
backyard. And so yeah, that was back in 1983.
Heck, 1MD.
Dad ended up passing away when I was 13, and
Uh-huh.
my mom and family and friends kind of kept the whole place going for me until I was
Actually,
Like,
where
which
maybe
one?
I got
one or
turned over the
five.
reins to continue
Probably
scaring
5
people.
though.
And so that's literally my whole life.
Like,
is
to
I've never known
look
an
like or
October
to
without
date?
a haunted house. So
Both.
I'm 39. The haunted house is 41 years old. So literally every
What about
year
the
for my whole
last
life,
picture?
I've lived
Oh,
a haunted house.
the
Eight.
last
So that's kind of my
picture,
whole
Wow.
background. Is that's what I
either
know, and that's what I'm
I
good at.
or
And
K.
you always wanted to do that? There's no doubt in your mind? You never
Probably
wanted to like,
K,
start a band,
even though he's right, he
or
don't
move to
fuck
LA or
So
something like
that's
that?
funny you say that. So back,
Bruh,
you know,
you
we were
have
16,
bad
17,
taste.
18.
I
got
have
real
bad
heavy into the
taste. You're
wakeboard
dating
scene.
me.
Oh.
And I
You
was a
peck
sponsored rider back
AMD?
then and moved to Orlando to join the circuit and did all this.
I
And
bet
this
you
was-
beat
I was
your
in it
ass.
6 months at a time, where I could always be back for the haunted house.
So what?
So back then, you know, it would
trying to
take
be
me
a
about
victim.
6 months to get everything ready for
Maybe
the
he
haunted house.
likes
And I
it.
live in Orlando, or I lived in
That's why he's
California. I
friends with me.
wakeboarded a ton, and that was kind of, you know, back when I was young and dumb, and that was kind of my fun thing. And I wanted to do that, and kind of at 18, my mom really said, "Hey,
That
you
looks
know,
good.
what do you want to do?
Number
Do you
8
want to be a wakeboarder and
has
do this,
no
or do you
titties.
want to
I'll
carry on and
pass.
keep scaring people? And you know, it's kind of full commitment, jump on or jump off." And so yeah, I did have other dreams. You know, I went and got my pilot's license, and I did other things, but this has always been my true. It's in my heart and my my dad's legacy. So it's one of those things that I was like, nope, this is definitely
It's
me.
either that or like
So was your dad always into
Either
horror
eight
then? Like how did
or-
that come about? It seems like such a random endeavor to go into.
You
8
know,
or
my dad
3.
was the guy. He was a true
Either
entrepreneur.
or.
He had multiple different businesses, and yeah, he always. I remember stories,
Yeah,
and I still get told stories. This
I would
is the
say
cool part about
3
the haunted
or
house that's been around forever. Are people still come to the haunt that came in 1983?
it's definitely
and
not
their
0,
grandparents bring their
1, or
grandchildren now
2.
telling
2 is fine,
stories
but 3 is
about
probably
my
better.
dad to
What about
me
6
that
and
I've never
7?
heard. So it's so cool. And yeah, I've heard
Okay.
crazy stories of my dad when he was a kid putting on like haunted houses in their house for his cousins
Could do
and for other
5
people.
too,
Where
but
he always had that in his life too, of like building mini haunted houses to walk
5 is
kids
not,
through. So yeah, he was
like,
always
too
just,
bad.
I guess, a weird dude that was into
Yeah.
Halloween. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
So I want to know.
Oh, we should let Jeff introduce
Yeah,
himself.
yeah. Sorry, before we get
Yeah,
to
Jeff's here too.
yeah.
I'm just here for the fun. So my background, I've actually been
Okay,
in
what
the
about
entertainment
this one?
industry
If
since I was
you're a
14.
girl, which
So
one would you
I
pick?
actually funded my entire college education working as a balloon artist and magician, and I was performing in the queue line for a
Did you
haunted house
send
one night in East
something or
Tennessee, and they said, "Hey,
Yeah,
a bunch of
it's
our actors
in
called out sick. Will you
Discord.
act in the haunt instead?" And so I did, and that's how I got into the haunt industry. So first haunted house I ever worked at was in a cave. Which was, and I at the time I thought that was like the norm. I was like, oh, this is cool. And then now that I'm in the industry, everyone's like, that's really unusual and cool. And then I moved into doing haunted hay rides, corn mazes. Moved out here, met Josh. We actually ran
Or
a
looks good as well.
790-acre farm property
11's
together, doing a corn
the
maze
steps are
out
too
of
big.
Botanic Gardens Chatfield, and then just expanded our businesses. So we're business partners. We have HD Escape Rooms, which stands for Holder Doan. It's our last names. We have 4
13
locations.
or 1.
We also have a ghost tour. We have the mansion, which is built into one of the oldest residents on East Colfax. And then we
For me,
also
there's
have a
like
tap
a
house and
clear
couple other
winner.
projects. So yeah.
Really, the full gambit of like.
What?
And
YouTube is chock full
Yeah,
of abandoned
4.
channels, once thriving hubs of activity
Wow.
left forgotten and forlorn. All that remains
Wow.
is a harsh that was, and an eerie
Then
reminder of the
after
person's
that
last video being uploaded 5, 10, even
would be
15 years ago at times. Now, more often than not, people
Hold
leave
on,
behind
my
their
mom's
YouTube
calling
channel
me.
simply because they
Wow.
stopped being successful or they just, you know,
What?
moved on in
Tyler
life.
said hi.
However, there are rare instances where
Oh,
disturbing and
I
tragic
not
circumstances
gonna answer.
compelled
Okay.
these creators to
That's
forsake their
fucked
channels. And that's what we'll be discussing today in the second installment of Abandoned YouTube Channels with Disturbing
on, be right back.
Backstories.
Okay.
So your boy's been hitting the gym lately, and today's sponsor
Can you
Trainwell
kick
has
me
been a
out from
big
the call?
help in the gains department. Trainwell,
I'm not
formerly known as
leader.
Copilot, is your personalized fitness solution, pairing you up with a virtual trainer to keep you motivated and accountable in the gym. Brittany K is my trainer, and we've been cooking lately.
So that looks like a good plan. So we're talking Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 30 to 45 minutes, predominantly strength training. I'm excited for you, dude. This is going to be great. I think you're really,
Yeah.
really going to like this.
I think it'll be cool. I've been kind of at a little plateau state for a little bit. It's about time to get a little oomph in my workout routine. So yeah.
She heard me out and instantly knew what needed to be done. I needed a new routine, one that she crafted for me personally off what my goals were, which is gaining strength. And with Brittany on the back end making these routines and keeping me motivated through the app, I'm happy to say that I'm addicted to the gym once again, which is how I want it to be. If you start Trainwell and maybe you don't immediately like the trainer that you're paired up with, you can switch trainers at any time to one that better, suits what you're looking for. So with all that said, click my Trainwell, formerly known as Copilot, link down below. That's go.trainwell.net/wavywebsurf. And clicking that gets you 14 days free with your own personal trainer. Big shout out to Trainwell for sponsoring.
Stop it, that tickles. Oh.
On YouTube, there exists a channel known as Little Miss Kit. This old school creator
Sorry,
was said
I'm
to have
just
been a
playing
joy to
Kovaaks.
interact with online, and she made friends with many of
Okay.
the other small YouTubers in the geeky sub-communities that existed on the platform at this time. However, she would often be visited by trolls, who subjected her to various forms of online bullying. Sometime after a particularly harsh wave of bullying, Little Miss Kit's channel would be abandoned forever. And this is that story. Little Miss Kit, real name Anne Catrick, was a small British YouTuber who created her channel on October 12th of 2007. Her first video would be uploaded about 2 weeks later and consisted of a choreographed skit featuring Anne combing through an empty parking garage trying to find her vehicle, only to comically discover that the car was right behind her the entire time.
No, it's not over there. We've lost the car. Can't see it anywhere.
It would be Little Miss Kit's third video that got her a lot of attention online. On October 29th of 2007, Anne would upload a video titled OMG 5 Subscribers, in which she expressed exuberance over achieving the seemingly trivial milestone, getting 5 subs on her channel. The video was obviously meant to be satirical, mocking other subscriber milestone videos of the era, while also engaging in a bit of self-deprecation by acknowledging her channel's irrelevance.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I've got 5 subscribers! Oh my god. 5 subscribers! That's...
I have to start work in 10 days.
At the end of the video, she
I
even has a little
know.
credits reel where she credits herself as overacting, so she was like totally self-aware. Now, all
Wow.
things considered, this is a pretty harmless video. Why is this piece of content the one that got so much notoriety? Well, sadly, folks online are a bit cruel and started dogpiling the woman. From what I gather, this video was at one point cross-posted to 4chan, and that's where things went awry. Given that this was 2007 YouTube, as you might imagine, folks made fun of her weight and appearance. Additionally, many chose to disregard the obvious satire and bullied Little Miss Kit for being happy about such a meaningless subscriber count milestone. The silly video and its comment section had become a cesspit of unwarranted vitriol. The only silver lining to the situation
Yeah,
was
the odd
it had
thing.
more subscribers and
What's
viewers,
up?
though many of them were hate watchers.
Like-
Regardless, Anne seemingly
I don't
wouldn't
even-
let this get under her skin, and she continued to upload content. Other content would include a reply video wherein Anne tells a story
Oh,
about getting
serious?
hit on by an Indian man at a customer service call center, an emo skit, a Christmas greeting, and a video response to an old piece of YouTube content
actually
titled The
lost
Power
trace
of
of
Words
thoughts.
by
I don't even know what I wanted to
Spexy
say.
another creator. In this video response, Little Miss Kid gave advice to viewers on how to deal with people who make hurtful remarks, something she dealt with rather frequently online.
This is a video response to Callie, who made
I
a
don't
wonderful
think I'm
video
ready.
about the power of words. And yeah, good morning,
You
Callie.
ready to work?
On the subject of the power of words, which
I don't think I'm
everybody
ready.
was talking about, words
Then
do have a lot of
just
power,
there you can
and
come in.
it's true that you should be very careful what you say to people. Not so much because the words themselves have a lot of power,
Do you
but
think
it's
I'll
more
get
the
better
kind of
in
the
10
thoughts
days?
and feelings
Hopefully.
and the images that it kind of brings in your minds. They have the more
I've
power.
lost
Anne's
9
advice here
kilos.
is when faced with
Jesus
negativity, hold 2
Christ.
fingers together while thinking about something that
So
makes
you're
you
at
feel
what, like
good about
1
yourself.
So the first part of this technique is think about that, and as you're thinking
7?
about it, do it with these 2 fingers. Just
What?
hold on to
9
these 2 fingers and
kilos.
You're
press
at like
them
9
together
97
kilos.
as you're
kilos now, right?
thinking about that good thought. Just think about
No.
that good comment, how you
Well,
felt
where are you at then?
when you
One,
said it. Just think
121.
about all the joy you got from hearing somebody say that.
That was
and all
at
the happiness. Pressing
130.
these 2 fingers together tightly.
This frame of her pressing 2 fingers together would later become
That's good,
symbolic
though.
for somewhat somber reasons, but we'll
Yeah.
get to that a little bit later. As she continued to upload
I'm
onto her channel, Kit
exhausted.
did her best to
And I
ignore
feel
the
like I lack
mean-spirited
so
trolls
much energy,
and
dude.
entertain her fans that actually
Yeah, it's
care.
'cause you're barely
Some
it,
viewers were
and your
genuinely
body's too
intrigued by
fucking
her and wanted to know
doing it,
more
so-
about this woman, and Kit would oblige.
Fact 1. I have mild OCD. Things like when I come in
Oh yeah, I
from
started
outside,
having acid
I have to wash
reflux.
my hands as the very first thing that I do. Fact 2. I meow a lot. So, meow. Fact 3. I'm a geek and a nerd. Nerd fighters. Fact
But they
4.
say it might get
I'm
better if I lose
empathic
more
and
weight.
slightly psychic. Fact 5. I have a lot of
Wait,
trouble
what'd
making
you say?
decisions.
She would continue to upload in January,
I have
posting a
acid
video featuring her
reflux.
and some friends that
You
she
have
had met
acid reflux?
online at an Apple Store location.
They
Yeah,
call me Prazo.
Okay, we're in the Apple Store, the Nerd Fighter Gathering, and
I
Nerd Fighters
don't have a
around here
car.
at the shop who will
I can't
get
go
in
to
shot.
the pharmacy.
The group was meeting up to attend the 2008 Nerd Fighter gathering in London. Nerd Fighters was a loose subculture slash fandom that existed on
My sister
YouTube back in
takes
the
my
early
car.
days. We're
My
talking
brother
06 and
goes on
07.
errands
It
and
was a YouTube
fucks
sub-community
around.
that was helmed by John and Hank
If there's
Green.
anything
You probably know
important that
these
I
guys
need, I
as the
can't even
Vlog
fucking
Brothers on
get.
YouTube.
Yeah,
the
you
brothers
couldn't have
described the
fucking Omni
Nerd Fighter
Prazo 'cause that
community
affects
as
your
this.
stomach.
Nerd Fighter is basically just the community
Bruh.
that sprung up around our videos, and basically we just get together and try to do awesome things and have a good time and fight against World Suck. What's
What do you
World
mean
Suck?
it
World
fixed
Suck
my
is kind of
stomach?
exactly what World Suck sounds like. It's hard to quantify exactly, but you know, it's like the amount of suck in the world.
Anne was apparently
What
part of
do
this
you
Nerd
mean?
Fighters community and frequently joined them for meetups. The final video published to Anne's channel would be uploaded on January 27th of
What
2008.
I don't know.
do
It was
you
simply a
mean?
remix mashup style video of a hamster dancing. After this hamster video, Little Miss Kit uploads ceased. The true final traces of online activity from Little Miss Kit comes from a Valentine's Day upload in 2008, where she uploaded a video to her second channel called Little
Nothing
Miss
can
Kit
fix
Responds. In this short video, she blows the camera a kiss. On its own, the clip isn't all too odd, but with context, it could be seen as a bittersweet farewell gesture, not only to her followers, but to her friends and family in the real world. All channels once operated by Little Miss Kit now sit abandoned in the present day. But why is that? On March 14th of 2008, Ajax the Goat, an individual who had befriended Little Miss Kit online through YouTube, would announce in a YouTube video that Little Miss Kit had passed away.
A friend and a fellow viewer and just friend to many out there on YouTube, and also known as Little Miss Kit. She took her own life, and you know, I'd hate to be one of those people that pretends to know somebody, because I hardly knew Anne. I mean, we talked through stick cam and AIM, and you know, I want to believe it. I want to say that didn't happen. That's all some big joke, and that she's really just laughing all us. You know, but
Saving
she
up
wouldn't do
a
that.
pretty
You know,
good
this
number
is-
on
this is
vacation
real.
days so far.
She's really gone.
In this video, Ajax takes the time to express how sorry he was for Anne's family, and near the end, Ajax would press his two fingers together, referencing Kit's old advice video. The man showing solidarity and honoring the memory of the deceased creator and online acquaintance. News of Kit's supposed passing spread around the relatively tight-knit YouTube community, and many more who encountered Kit while online published videos and responses as tributes. These videos would often speculate that the reason Kit made the choice that she did was because of the frequent bullying and harassment that she received from trolls. While this may certainly have been the case, it's impossible for us to know for sure. So
I don't even feel like getting up.
Ajax could be believed, and they thought that this was a big hoax and Kit wasn't actually dead. Well,
I don't feel like
a known close IRL friend of Kit would clear up any doubts as to her passing. Jessica Sonnet, who was a fellow nerd fighter and IRL friend of Little Miss Kit, made a couple of videos corroborating the rumors of Anne and her death. On the 19th of March 2008, Jessica tweeted out, quote, "It's been so long. Well, I just got back from Little Miss Kit's funeral. Don't know what to say about it, really. It was a funeral." There would be even more confirmation of Anne's death thanks to an update allegedly authored by Anne's family members that would be posted to the About Me section of her YouTube channel. To all the friends of Little Miss Kit, we do not
Did you record your Kovaaks session for the day?
For the last time to send this message to you. Thank you for
Wait,
all the
one more time.
messages
Sorry, it's because
following
I'm
the
keep on
death of our
focusing.
daughter, who you knew as Little Miss Kit.
Did you record your Kovaaks session for the day?
No, that's literally what I'm doing right now.
Long distance to come to Anne's funeral.
Aw.
She told us she was representing you all. Though she
Yes,
was
sir,
asked
yes,
to join us
sir.
for food afterwards, regretfully, she didn't stay for us to talk. She brought a beautiful card she had made with all of your messages written on it. It was so wonderful
That's why I'm
to see
so
how many people
focused.
cared and befriended Anne. Now our lives
Understood.
have to go on, but we hope you will always keep time to remember Anne with fond memories. Once again, thank you all, particularly Jessica, for your friendship with Anne. Little Miss Kit's mom and dad. I can only hope that this development gave some of the cruel trolls that harassed her a bit of pause. Little Miss Kit's channel sits abandoned to this day. The circumstances surrounding its abandonment has made it an intriguing stop for those invested in obscure and macabre chapters of early YouTube history. Her subscriber count now sits at 107,000 and her total channel views are over 5 million. It's a real shame that Kit isn't around to see these numbers herself.
I want you to buy Mrs. Pop. Hold it. Don't tell me.
Benjamin Roger Ross Pardoon, also known as Warner the Goobermeister, was a 16-year-old small-time YouTuber and shitposter from Houston, Missouri. Created back in 2013, his Warner the Goobermeister channel would prove somewhat successful. He seemed to have a bright future on the platform, carving out a space in the YouTube meme community. Sadly, though, a terrible tragedy would unfold in this individual's personal life that would leave the Goobermeister YouTube channel totally abandoned. This is that harrowing tale. YouTube poops. You know them, you love them.
Because YouTube fits.
One creator who spent nearly half of his life creating these YouTube poop style videos would be Benjamin Pardoon, mostly known by his online aliases Gary Paladin and Warner the Goobermeister. Benjamin was born on April 12th of 2005 to parents Gregory Pardoon and Dina German. As a young boy, Benjamin was diagnosed with autism. He was homeschooled and had difficulty socializing. But Ben would thrive online, finding it easier to communicate with others anonymously. His affinity for the internet and connecting with folks online would lead to him creating a YouTube channel at the young age of just 8 years old, creating his channel September 24th of 2013. The young boy's first video was uploaded just 2 days later on September 26th of 2013. It was a YouTube poop style edit of an Ed, Edd and Eddy episode. He titled his work Eddie Betty, adding the phrase gay weight in its description box, which is something spoken by Double D in this YouTube poop itself. These nonsensical YTP videos chopped up by an 8-year-old got few views, but you could tell the potential was there. Looking through the Goobermeister's uploads, it looks like his first video to accumulate a decent amount of viewership was a shitpost he had created titled Pablo Supo 5.2. Within the YouTube poop community, there was a brief fad of folks making these surreal edits of the infamous Klasky Supo bumper that played at the end of various Nickelodeon cartoons from the late 90s and early 2000s. If you're a millennial like me, you probably remember this thing. Pablo Supo 5.2 was his contribution to this fad. The upload sporting a rather hilarious thumbnail involving Steve from Blue's Clues flipping off the camera. I fucking love this kid. Going off the momentum of his first success, he continued to upload more YT.
I'm getting on my
videos
computer.
and would grow his channel with his hard work. Warner's first breach into mainstream meme video success was an edit of SpongeBob's famous "Wait, Don't Tell Me" clip, vocoded to the Soviet national anthem. You know,
Oh yeah, my
"Wait,
stitches fell out.
don't tell me."
Your sister's still?
Stitches.
Oh, your stitches disappeared?
Yeah. It's holding out.
This kid was amazing, bro. 2.7 million views for this. Warner would become something of a household name in the various niche meme communities around YouTube. And he had many online fans, friends, and shitposting colleagues that enjoyed his work. Warner would also become known for his March 15th video series, which was an annual tongue-in-cheek YouTube upload from Goober consisting of a Fairly Odd Parents clip reminding his viewers that it was in fact March 15th.
It's March 15th! It's March 15th! This is not a drill! 15! March 15th!
Benjamin would continue making YouTube poops, with his final upload being published on December 21st of 2021. All things considered, it was routine stuff from the Goobermeister. One might suspect that this was Warner's last upload because perhaps, maybe he had simply grown out of making YTP. His views had been dwindling in recent years and, maybe he just grew tired of making them after nearly a decade. Well, unfortunately, that wasn't the case, as the reason behind his channel's abandonment was far more sinister. On January 27th of 2022, a little over a month after his last upload, Benjamin and his 57-year-old mother, Deborah German, would both be shot and killed by Benjamin's father, 66-year-old Gregory Pardoon. After committing this act, Gregory made the decision to end things for himself as well. Benjamin's older brother would find Gregory non-responsive and alerted the authorities just before 8 p.m. that evening. Investigators on the scene would later determine that this was a murder. The motive behind such a horrific action wasn't clear initially, but it was later speculated that the father may have been quietly struggling with serious mental health issues, a depression that was only being worsened by a strenuous financial situation within the family. After the funeral services were arranged, Benjamin's older brother, Chris German, would organize a GoFundMe for himself to help raise funds to get him through this difficult time. Chris says that he's unable to work and needed surgery and could use some support during such a traumatic time. After all, he did just lose his entire family pretty much. His mom, his dad, his brother. I don't blame the guy. Chris would write in this GoFundMe that Benjamin was diagnosed with autism as a child, but was one of the happiest kids he had ever known. He described his mother as a woman who was hard to deal with due to nerve damage that she had suffered from an injury, and that his dad was a proud man who was ashamed to seek help. Chris also explains that his father suffered a serious injury many years prior that left him without the ability to walk. The GoFundMe author would state that this tragic event was likely fueled due to a financial strain that was put on the family, and he did his best to make it clear that Gregory Pardoon was not an evil man. He was just a man without hope. This GoFundMe was able to raise over $5,600 and is still taking donations to this very day. Warner the Goobermeister was a relatively obscure YouTuber at the time of his his death. But that wouldn't stop the viewers that had come across him stopping by the YouTube channel, showing their respect and giving condolences, mourning the loss of the beloved YTP creator. It's been over a year now. Rest easy, Space Cowboy. Hey, I didn't know you well, but after hearing the news, I wanted to pay my respects and say that you will be missed dearly. Rest in peace. I don't know who Warner is, but after hearing how he tragically died, it really hurts. And he's been a long-time subscriber of mine. Rest in peace, young lad. I won't forget these moments and projects we had together. Every year since Benjamin's passing, many of his friends and former online acquaintances have uploaded their own versions of his March 15th series, keeping the legacy of Warner the Goobermeister alive and well, a young creator taken far too soon. Rest in peace to Benjamin.
So this week I am going to be attacking the men and give you 10 reasons why a dog is better than a man.
On YouTube, there exists a channel simply titled Emily Hart, and it was operated by a British woman of similar name. She was a semi-popular vlogger beloved for her raunchy and candid videos, discussing everything from sexual experiences to her own personal health issues. She was growing quickly and would have likely been a 1 million sub channel if she kept uploading, but her channel now sits abandoned. The reason for this abandonment is the result of what I can only describe as a freak accident and one of the most bizarre and unfortunate series of events suffered by a YouTuber. This is the story of Emily Hartridge. Emily Hart, real name Emily Hartridge, was born May 25th, 1984 in Hambledon, Hampshire, England. She grew up with multiple sisters and always had a knack for entertainment, as she had aspirations of becoming a television presenter. Emily would create her channel on February 5th of 2007, but it wouldn't be until August 23rd of 2011 when she uploaded her first video, that being titled A Long Weekend in Berlin, which was simply a vlog-styled video of her traveling around the aforementioned German capital.
We're just walking along a Berlin street that's called Hein something Blenheim Straßenblumen. I don't know what it's called, but it's pretty. And that's what we're doing. So we've been in Berlin for about 4 hours. We sat on the bed, we walked around, and now we're drinking German wine, which is actually surprisingly really nice. And we're just about to have dinner. We're both having some schnitzel. This is my German meal tonight. It consists of, it actually kind of looks like something I threw up when I was hungover, but it's really delicious. It's a schnitzel.
Soon after that, Emily would showcase a video format that she had created called 10 Reasons Why. This format involved her picking a subject or controversial topic and then giving 10 reasons why she felt the way that she did about it. With a novel for the time format like this, Emily's channel gradually increased in views as she continued to upload. Views really started to increase when she started to broach sexual themes in her videos, approaching these suggestive topics in a comedic style.
Without further ado, 10 reasons why I'd rather go out with a woman. I just think the world would be a happier and less stressful place if women went out with women and men bummed each other.
The 10 Reasons Why era began with her video titled You Should Have Sex Every Day, 10 Reasons Why. Uploaded on April 30th of 2012, this video would accumulate over 400,000 views and was popular. The theme continued, and a few months later in June of 2012, she would upload Women Watch Porn, 10 Reasons Why, and would aggregate over 5.5 million views. Her most popular video would be uploaded on January 21st of 2013, titled You Should Have Sex with Your Ex, 10 Reasons Why. That upload garnered over 20 million views in its lifespan.
Well, your ex has already seen you at your worst, so who cares what you look like in the morning? Oh, morning. Do you want to have sex before you go home?
Yeah. Could you turn the other way when we do it though?
Ali, I really don't care what I look like in front of you, so either stick it in or go home.
Okay, I'm gonna see you later on.
You're probably gonna stick it in.
Am I?
Yeah.
Emily had really tapped into something here and was good at presenting taboo, raunchy topics in a fun way. It was refreshing and humorous for folks to have these topics discussed candidly by a comedic and conventionally attractive woman. I think she looked nice. Many of you are already familiar with this YouTuber archetype in the form of Jenna Marbles, who Emily was likely inspired by and was often compared to. So, just like the raunchy female creator that's willing to, talk openly about spicy topics.
It's like a workout, innit? Oh. Holy moly! Are you shitting me? That was like 1 minute, Rob.
Emily dabbled in all kinds of topics, orbiting romance, one's sex life, relationships, gender, and she also posted just day-to-day life updates.
Good morning. Oh, shit, falling over. I don't know if you're like me, but I'm quite nosy about what people do in their week. I think especially as a YouTuber, I think people don't understand what I do every day. I mean, I don't either. I thought I'd do a little week in the life of me. Today I've got quite a few meetings, kind of rushing around a lot, and later on this afternoon I'm doing quite like this thing called escape room with my friend Rosie. I was asked if I wanted to go. It's like this room you have to try and get out of using clues and like, I don't know, but I'm going to be shit at it, but that'll be fun, I think. Also, a lot of you don't know this about me, but oh god, my arm's hurting. I actually have a part-time job, 3 days a week. I work for my friend's company. I think part of the reason why I had my breakdown was because it was very lonely, kind of doing this, and I like to be around people, and it gives me structure and stability. So there you go, a little thing you don't know about me maybe. I have a part-time job.
The woman wasn't afraid to share her thoughts with fans, which is what made her so beloved. This woman was a rising star and was going places on YouTube.
This is a really hard
9th of
scenario.
2014, Emily announced that she had made it past the 100,000 subscriber mark. She would continue to grow at a steady pace throughout the late 2010s, bringing in millions of views a month, and she would triple that 100,000 subscriber count in due time. Her YouTube
40 minutes
success
to like
and
an hour.
charisma in videos resulted in Emily being sought after by television producers who wished to hire her as a presenter. If you recall, television was Emily's dream from the beginning, and she would eagerly accept an opportunity as a celebrity interviewer, going on to interview actors like Eddie Redmayne, Hugh Jackman, and Russell Brand. While attempting to make the transition to television, Emily still posted to YouTube regularly, sharing life updates with fans, even details that were extremely personal, stuff that some folks might find embarrassing to disclose. Emily would make videos talking about how she had been diagnosed with low fertility in 2018. And in these videos, she would divulge her innermost details, discussing her decision to freeze her eggs, as well as documenting the process in a series of uploads.
I've done 5 injections of the gonal so far. I'm feeling okay. I'm just quite tired a lot. I'm feeling a little hormonal. I'm just a bit like, I just don't really have a sense of humour. Like, people keep taking the piss, not about this, but like jokey ways, like my sisters and stuff about other things. I'm just not taking the jokes very much.
You'd be surprised.
So funny. But yeah, I don't know, I just feel a bit like
I?
flat, I guess is the word I'd use.
This kind of stuff is what made fans love Emily, as hearing somebody divest their secrets, insecurities, and fears made them feel better about whatever problems they had. It's
Let me
dope to
guess,
watch
is it the
someone who is an
skinniest
actual
one?
human being speaking from the heart and
No.
not just some kind of like automaton that's doing whatever. Later in
The one I
Emily's
said?
career, much of her content involved
No.
her boyfriend named Jake Hazel, who was 8 years her junior. In
Um,
fact, Emily's last video uploaded to her
10.
channel was about the perks of dating a younger man.
No.
Using her boyfriend
8.
as an example in a video titled 10 Reasons to Get a Younger Boyfriend. In this, Emily would show footage of her receiving
She
a
said
gift from her boyfriend for
She
her
said the same
25th
as me.
birthday. That gift would be 2
Her top
scooters,
3, right?
one of
So
them being
number 4
electric.
is her number is her top
Yeah, you know that.
one,
Yeah, me too.
What
this
the
was
fuck?
a 6. It's got your name.
which
on
is
it.
what I said.
And then this is the one.
Then her number 2 is 6, and her number 3 is
What
2.
Emily didn't know at the time, however, was that this particular gift would inadvertently lead to her own demise. On July 12th of 2019, while riding her electric scooter within the Queen's Circus roundabout in Battersea, London, on her way to the fertility
Why did you say
clinic,
what the fuck
Emily
like
lost
that?
control, and as she attempted to maneuver out of the way, the woman was
That's
struck by a
fucked up. You
massive
don't like
truck
my boy. about
the
animals.
impact killing her on the spot. It was a
What?
freak accident.
What are you
and honestly,
saying?
I struggle to really comprehend how sudden all
Yeah,
of
you
this
picked
was. News of her passing would be made public the next day, as on Emily's Instagram, the
Your
account
body
would
type's
post
not even
this.
on
This
there.
is a horrible thing to have to say over Instagram, but we know many of you are expecting to see Emily today, and this is the only way to contact you all at once. Emily was
Yeah, I'm
involved in
too
an accident yesterday and passed away.
Like, all their
We all
shoulders
loved
are
her to
too
bits, and she will
small.
never be forgotten. She has touched so many lives. It's hard to
Are you
imagine things
blind?
without her. She was a
Well,
very
except for
special
like
person. Following the announcement of
1
Emily's
and
death, YouTube
5.
would release a statement. We are deeply saddened to learn
number
about
11,
the tragic loss of a truly talented
shoulders,
British creator, Emily Hartridge. Our thoughts and condolences go out to
I guess
all of her loved
1,
ones and
4, and
fans.
5 is close to my
Yesterday,
shoulders.
whole
I
road was
mean,
blocked off with police
maybe
tape
not
due to a
5.
road incident. I walked past
One
the scene
set. It's
and thought,
between 1
hope the
and
person's
4.
okay. Turns out
Yeah,
the
I would
person
say
wasn't
that
okay.
too.
My friend is dead, and now I feel completely sick. Rest in
And
peace,
then,
Emily
like-
Partridge. I'm in fucking bits. Coroners would reveal that the cause of death in the fatal scooter accident was due to it being driven too fast and that the air in one of the tires was low. Quote, Miss Hartridge was riding an electric scooter on
Yeah,
Queenstown Road.
you know how I feel
when
about
she lost
shoulders. The
control
rest
after
are
passing
puny.
over an inspector hatch in the cycle lane and was thrown under the path of an HGV. She died instantly of injuries sustained by the HGV driving over her. The scooter was being unsuitably driven too fast and with an underinflated tire, and this caused the loss of control and her death. Later, it was determined that Emily was the first person in the United Kingdom to be killed in an accident involving an e-scooter. Jake Hazel would tell the BBC that he regretted buying his girlfriend the scooter and that he's consistently reminded of her death, as he sees them on the road all the time around town. For those who knew Emily, she was just incredible. Such an amazing person to be around, and to call her my girlfriend was literally the best I felt in my life. But what she has taught me has gotten me through. I feel close to her. I feel close to her. I still do the Instagram, still do the YouTube, and continue her message that it is okay to have a tough time. Emily would leave behind a loving family, her boyfriend, and many friends within the YouTube community. Her fans, however, do still show up in her comments to this day to express their gratitude. Emily was a juggernaut on YouTube with a bright future, and similar to No Joke Howard, was unfiltered and spoke her mind. Rest in peace, Emily. Loved your advice and videos. Need 10 reasons to make me smile. Miss you, Emily. I miss you, Emily. On the internet, crazy stunt videos have been a mainstay almost since the dawn of online video itself. Many would garner infamy uploading these dangerous videos, but there was one Norwegian YouTuber who was hard to top in this genre. An individual without fear, known for his affinity of seals diving headfirst into icy Arctic lakes. His name was Apator. Throughout the years, the invincible Apator performed many death-defying stunts, slowly climbing the ranks of YouTube, passing 1 million subs at the height of his career. But now his channel sits totally abandoned, frozen in time. Let's find out why. Apator, real name Tor Eckhoff, was a 57-year-old YouTuber born November 22nd, 1964, in Kristiansund, Norway. Online, he was known for drinking vodka and performing bone-chilling stunts that involved himself diving into frozen and icy waters at temperatures that seemed unsurvivable by a normal man.
Why can't I do this one good, bro? I'm fucking ass.
Before YouTube, though, Apator lived a rather traditional lifestyle. He went to university, met his longtime girlfriend, and had a child. But as years tacked on, Tor found himself getting bored with his traditional life and wanted some more excitement. So he moved out to a cabin and started his YouTube channel on November 10th, 2006, posting his first video a day later that was just him cruising in his boat making silly faces at the camera. He came up with the name Apator due to his affinity for apes and their close genetic relationship with humans. So he's like half ape, half human, comes up with the name Apator, and also, you know, Tor is his name. At first, his channel was used sparingly to document small vignettes of his day-to-day life. As he went ice skating or visited the city, all while showcasing his signature brand of zaniness. When he first started uploading videos, views would be rather low, with his entire channel sitting at just 58,000 views after 5 years of publishing content. Over time, however, Ape would find success. The quality of his videos would increase when he got a new camera and began editing his content in iMovie. Staying consistent and making minor improvements, it was only a matter of time before an Ape video really blew up. In 2011, Apetor would catch his first big break when he uploaded a video of himself drinking vodka and diving through sea ice, all while making seal noises. It was titled On Thin Sea Ice 2.
That's fucking annoying. Oh, so why is none of my stores uploading?
Are you logged on to Steam?
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
The video accumulated over 1 million views at the time, and now has over 5 million. Folks who had never seen the channel before were taken aback. Who was this bizarre, enigmatic, and frost-resistant figure? The increased amount of viewership encouraged Apetor to continue making similar videos to this. He would upload the sequel, Winter Morning in Norway, On Thin Sea Ice 3, on May 31st of 2011. In this, he continued his vodka-drinking antics while romping around nearly naked in the snow, pretending to be a seal and diving into ice-cold water. At one point, he slid through the ice with such force that he was badly cut up by it. His legs were covered in blood thanks to the stunt, but old Ape didn't appear to be too fazed by this injury. Many were in awe of Ape's fearless nature and were in disbelief regarding his icy stunts. How was he able to perform them with such little effort? Well, Apetor would later reveal that he had been practicing diving through ice since 2007. He began doing so after having a near-death experience while ice skating and falling through the ice. This brush with death caused him to practice diving into ice on numerous occasions, so he'd be prepared if it ever happened again. In February of 2012, he would upload On Thin Ice 4, which was more of the same. Apetor drinking vodka, ice skating, and diving through ice. But this time he brought a chainsaw to spice things up a bit. This upload would go on to garner 350,000 views in one day, and would later make it to the front page of Reddit. The eep eep noises Apetor would make in his videos would become his signature catchphrase of sorts, as viewers would take to the comments to just write eep eep. In fact, for most of his videos, he wouldn't even talk, he would just eep around. He uploaded a total of 13 installments to the On Thin Ice series, accumulating millions of views in the process. Another series that was popular on his channel was the First Snow series. The title is somewhat self-explanatory. First Snow Part 4, uploaded November 17th of 2017, would be the most popular video ever uploaded to his channel, aggregating over 100 million views.
You want to play empty?
Yeah.
Done.